Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Hinkle, and I am the Director of Research Operations here at the Water Institute. And I'm really excited to have you join me today in a walkthrough of the Avian Data Monitoring Portal. This portal provides access to nearly a decade's worth of colonial waterbird aerial survey data and the photographs that came from those surveys. And this is important and valuable information, not just for avian biologists, but it also provides an important resource for restoration practitioners, as it represents a long-term data set of how habitats and barrier islands across the Gulf of Mexico are changing over time. So you can access the Avian Data Monitoring Portal at avianmonitoring.com, which will bring you to the project information page, which I'm showing you here on the screen. And then from here, you can navigate across the portal to learn more about data management of the survey data, explore the actual data itself, which includes the high resolution photographs, as well as the aggregated numbers of the information that we find in the portal. You can learn more about the aerial survey and dotting protocols, and the dotting protocols are actually how the individual birds and nests that are aggregated and shown in the portal are actually counted. And then you can also learn more about the future research directions that we are hoping to move forward towards in coming years. But the most exciting part of the Avian Data Monitoring Portal for me as a coastal ecologist is this dashboard. This dashboard is an interactive map that represents the first time that Deepwater Horizon funded avian survey data is available in a searchable and geospatially enabled dashboard. What we're showing here on the screen is the results of surveys from 2010 through 2021 and the aggregation of all of the species and of total nests that have been observed across the Gulf of Mexico in those areas that were surveyed during those years. And what what's shown on the bottom of the screen is the total number of nests observed, as well as the total number of birds observed. What's really cool about this dashboard, though, is that you can filter it not only by the years that you're interested in knowing more about, but also about a particular state, for example. And for this example, I'm going to zoom in and find out what's going on in Mississippi. And you can see as I filter this, the geospatially enabled map here filters as well and zooms into that area. And then let's say that I'm particularly interested in the Mississippi Sound and the Mississippi Gulf Islands region. You can see then that the map zooms in there as well to highlight the observations there. And you can also see that the species and the numbers that are shown then on the screen changes as well. Finally, let's say I'm interested in one of my favorite species, which is the black skimmer. By selecting that, the graph then pulls up all of the observations that have been done by those surveys from 2010 through 2021 and the total number of nests observed. I can also switch this view to see the total number of birds observed as well. But what's even cooler about this is that, say I'm interested in a particular island or a particular colony of nesting. So I'm going to zoom in even further and click here on what is Horn Island, which is an island right off of the coast of Mississippi. And you can see that it shows information here about that particular observation, that survey date, and then it also associates with the high resolution image in which those birds were observed. If you want to learn more about these observations that are being shown here, for example, in 2010 and 2021, you can also see all of the high resolution images that are available for those data sets can be searched and scrolled through on this right-hand side of the screen. And if you want to take an even closer look at what those images look like, you can actually select right here where it says high resolution image, and it will pull up that high resolution image that you can then zoom into to take an even closer look at. So while all of this is really exciting and allows us to learn information about how birds are using different islands as nesting habitats and how that's changing over time, we are still a little bit limited in this data that we have available to us in that we don't really know anything about habitat use directly without really looking at those individual photographs one by one and trying to do analysis for them. So we are updating our survey and dotting protocols moving forward such that not only will we be able to have the individual colonies geospatially and searchable on a map like this, but we're actually moving such that the individual observations of those birds will also be geospatially enabled, meaning that each bird will have a dot and point in space in time. So what I'm showing you here is where we're hoping to move in the future with this data. This is an image of Rabbit Island and a survey that was done over at Rabbit Island in 2022. And each of these different colored dots that you see on the screen here represents an individual observation of either a bird or a nest. And you can actually zoom in to these individual observations to click on that. And for example, I just clicked on an observation of a snowy egret, another one of my favorite birds. And this tells us that that bird was found exactly in that space and time. And by having this level of information, we're not only able to analyze how the colonies and the numbers that are using those colonies are changing over time, but we'll actually be able to do analyses about different individual species and the habitat use how they're using those habitats directly within those colonies in a much more targeted way. So we're really excited to be able to share the Avian Data Monitoring Portal with you all. I hope you will take some time to come visit the portal at avianmonitoring.com, explore the data, and if you have any questions or any other ideas about ways that this data could be displayed, we definitely welcome your feedback at this submit feedback link here at the bottom of the page. Thanks so much and enjoy exploring the data.